What's up, everybody? It's your guy, Jay Red.
Man, holla at your boy, CJ Williams.
Hey, and this is the first.
Numero uno.
The first episode. Y'all been waiting for it, and it is here. What y'all gonna do with it? That's my question.
And man, listen, guys, who gave you a podcast?
Who gave you a podcast? This is the first episode, man. So thank you, everybody, for your continuous support. Thank you for your continuous support for Red's View, supporting Culturalist Theory.
For sure.
And who knew that this would, our link ups from, what, like 2 years ago?
About 2 years, yeah.
About 2 years ago would lead to this. Whoever thought that hip hop would take it this far?
Hey, that's the number one question. We knew, though.
We knew.
They knew.
Yeah, they knew for sure. See, the thing is, we decided to do this podcast because we've had so much success together.
For sure.
And separately, with the fortune of having Instagram and TikTok and different social media tools, me and CJ have went viral several times.
Yeah, man.
And it's usually because of our natural effort. You know what I'm saying? Like I want everybody to know these opinions are our opinions.
For sure.
Okay. And it may not be everybody else's. It may be unpopular opinions, but we are the official bad boys of podcasts.
You heard it here first.
Yes. So, man, I hope y'all are really ready, man.
Let's get it.
Because it's about to be an intense situation. We're going to have the greatest debates that you can think of.
Well, I'll be right most of the time, if not all the time.
That's what he says. But before we begin, can y'all please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, which is youtube.com/whogaveyouapodcast. Hit that right there. You know what I'm saying? Pause. No, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. We want to get the subscribers up. And also make sure that you follow the Instagram page as well. Who Gave You a Pod?
There it is.
So without any further ado, you ready to get into it?
Let's get to it, man.
All right.
People been waiting.
Okay. So first on my list, first on the agenda, y'all know that we always talk about the two biggest rappers to get into a rap battle
ever.
And that's Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
Now, man, it's been a lot of back and forth. It's been like next month in a couple of weeks is going to mark the 1 year anniversary for Not Like Us. A 1 year anniversary for the end of the battle.
True. And
man, it's still being talked about to this day.
It is.
Literally, me and CJ, you remember the last time that we talked about this, it was like, it's still viral. We're still getting, we released a video back in December.
And that was about
Kendrick. You said Kendrick Lamar is the most overrated rapper of 2024.
Yeah, and that was a fact. And that's why it keeps getting viewed. See, truth travels far. And it just keeps going and going. No one ever gets tired of the truth. So Kendrick Lamar was the most overrated artist of 2024.
Cap.
That's why the video keeps getting spins.
Well, cap. We all know that that's cap. But he's entitled to his own opinion, even though it's ridiculous. But anyway, so the reason that I bring that up is because right now, two of the most popular songs in the world right now are Drake's Nokia, and then you have Kendrick Lamar's Luther with SZA, right? Now, Luther came out in November with the GNX album. Actually, the tour actually starts today. And I will be attending when they come to Atlanta. I can't wait.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'll be skipping that. Let me know how it goes.
Which I don't know why. But anyway. So with Luther, it's been successful. It's going on like 9 weeks now. 9 weeks at number one on the charts. And then Drake has had a slow rise with Nokia. Nokia reached number 2, but it's not enough. It's not enough. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't get to number 1. However, they did release visuals for them.
They did. Both got videos.
Both have videos. Now we're gonna do a compare which video we like better over the other one, because guess what? No matter who releases anything, we're going to be talking about who did it better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for the next several years, we're going to compare Drake's sales to Kendrick's sales, Drake's tour to Kendrick's tour, Drake's, It's the Jay-Z Nas effect. Yeah. If somebody gets drafted number 1 and number 2, they're going to get compared. That's just kind of how it is. Yeah. It's the magic in the bird. This is our magic bird. It just kind of is what it is. It is.
Drake's, but to the videos, I think they were both solid videos. Drake kind of took the, what's the one, the Hotline Bling style where he was kind of dancing a little bit. Those kind of went viral back in the day, hella memes and this, that, and the third. It looked like that's what he was going for with this one. Yeah. Except this time he incorporated backup dancers. I did like the choreography in it. And the one scene I liked with the old school Snake game being played where the walls were around him. Right. I thought that was fire. But other than that, it was a cool video. It wasn't nothing spectacular. Luther video was cool. It wasn't nothing spectacular. I found myself the last handful of Kendrick videos asking myself kind of what was the point. He does an artistic spin on a lot of his videos, but but I don't always know what it means, and I guess that's what makes it art. But like it's cool. It's not bad. I didn't watch it and be like, yo, this is trash.
Right.
It's just another one of those kind of PG Lang production. Mm-hmm. I don't understand necessarily what this is, but I will say the part in the video where the girl is going down the elevator, and then it kind of like zooms in on him like in the background, like that was kind of fire. I like that. That was visually pleasing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't understand the purpose of necessarily either one. Not to say they gotta have one.
Yeah. Well, so you don't know which one that you like better?
I would lean Nokia's because I like the dancing and the choreography in it. I thought it was well put together. Okay. But so I would lean Nokia. I'd give that a B+, and I'd give Luther a B-.
Okay. I mean, that's moderate. That's fair.
That's what I am. I'm fair. Y'all don't know
that's what he says. He really picked it because of Drake, ironically. But anyway,
true.
So this is my thing, man. I like both songs. I like both.
I like both songs too.
I like both songs. Love Luther. If I had to choose, I'd choose Luther.
That's fair.
But Nokia video let me down.
Oh my God.
Nokia video let me down, as it did the OVO community as well. And the reason it let me down is because when I hear the song, it gives me that throwback 90s skating rink vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like even in my DJ sets, I would mix that in with Ghost Town DJ in my booth. You know what I'm saying? So it gives me that upbeat, because I don't know what they sampled. Do you know what record they sampled?
I don't. No,
okay.
I know that they got the ringtone in there, which is dope.
Okay.
They sampled that Nokia ringtone, which is fire.
Oh, there was actual Nokia ringtone?
Yeah. It's in there. It's in a beat.
Oh, so
that doo-doo-doo-doo, it's like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know.
That was like the default ringtone that came on the Nokia.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
But
I'm old, so I know this.
Yeah, see, when I first started getting my cell phones, I had got the flip phone.
Okay, yeah. See, I was on the Nokia with the snake.
Nokia. My dad had a Nokia with the snake. I remember playing the snake game. But anyway, it let me down because of that. Like, I think that with the subliminals at Kendrick, and the biggest thing was that it was black and white.
Okay.
Because that took the feel out of the video for me. It took the complete feel. It's like, now and let me be fair. J Red doesn't sit around and watch videos more than once, for real.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get excited when videos come unless I do my own videos.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
check
saying?
Them out too.
Yeah, make sure you check out J Red. You know what I'm saying? So, when I saw it, I was like, okay, because truthfully these days, I only check out the video like once and I don't ever really go back like that. Yeah. Versus back in the day, 106 Park will come every day. You have to see him every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was cool,
right?
But it was a letdown from what I actually expected.
I saw people saying that they wanted it in color and all this, that, and the third, and I think
it's true. Like,
it's
bro,
fake outrage.
It's not fake outrage. In color, that makes you think of upbeat. And I agree actually with Kai Cenat on this one.
He said the same thing?
Yeah, he said, yeah. And he made his own video for it, kind of. He was dancing and kind of saying, this is where it was supposed to go. That's what the whole world was thinking with Nokia.
I wasn't. I didn't have an expectation, and I haven't had an expectation for a music video in 15 years.
Well, yeah, that's fair. But, I mean, you damn sure didn't think black and white. It looked like I was watching a funeral.
And to be honest, he already went with the super pop color on Hotline Bling. So it would have been like a Hotline Bling part 2 had he ran that back. Which would work. I mean, and the reason I'm saying this, it ain't just me. OVO fans was like, damn, I thought, because when you hear IMAX, you don't think black and white. That's true.
Yeah.
You don't think
because I heard IMAX, I'm like, oh, okay, he about to do a big budget video. I'm thinking Hype Williams type shit.
That's true. That's true.
It let me down. And I watched it, and like I said, the dancers on there was cool. And I think that he focused too much on it felt PG language. Like how you're talking about Kendrick and the deep messages and stuff. With Drake videos, it's usually just like cool videos, fun vibe.
For sure.
That let me down. Let me tell you what else. Luther let me down.
How so?
Luther, the same reason you said I'm not trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Luther's a beautiful song, and I felt like, hell, and I said this, and some people agreed with me, some people didn't. What if they incorporated the wood?
Oh, that would have been the shit.
Yeah. Not saying the whole video had to be that concept, but if this world were mine.
Yeah, that was a major scene in the wood. Which is a classic.
Yeah, and that got me, anytime I hear that song, it makes me think of
course.
Of Mike and Alicia. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Big Mike and Alicia. So I was thinking it was I don't know what I was thinking. It gives me Aladdin, Disney World vibes too. You know what I'm saying?
So you're thinking that basically that was the layup and they shot the 3 from the logo.
Yeah.
Instead of going for, sometimes the layup, hey man, it's 2 points.
Yeah.
Take the 2 points on the board. I feel you. That would have been fly. But I feel like with he just did kind of a homage to another video with the Roots, where he paid homage to the Roots video in Not Like Us.
True.
So it's kind of like, excuse me, Squabble Up.
Squabble Up. Yeah. It was very colorful.
Yeah.
But The thing is, I wanted more interaction with him and SZA because they're sitting
Got
on
you.
a church pew, and I'm just like, she looked nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And the scenes in it, like visually, it
looks
appealing.
cool.
It was cool.
It's
It was
cool still shots.
Yeah, cool still shots.
But I don't know what it means. But
Right.
I feel like that with a lot of Kendrick. That's kind of his brand at this point. Not
Absolutely.
Since he's done the PG Lang thing.
Yeah.
It's just a sequence of really interesting shots.
Yeah.
Not necessarily some meaning or a story being told.
Yeah.
When with this one, you're right. Remaking the wood. That would have been fire.
A scene, just a scene in there,
that'd
something
been
like
fire.
that. You know what I'm saying? But it was like I said, the room that they were in, the circle.
Yeah, that was
you know
dope.
What I'm saying? That was dope.
Yeah.
So I think visually, I like Luther more,
Okay.
but I'm let down by both of them.
I got you. Okay.
You see
Y'all
what I'm
let us
saying?
know what y'all think, man. If you had to grade, give a letter grade for both of the videos.
both of those,
Which
yeah.
one would you prefer over the other? And did they let you down too, man? Please comment, let us know.
Yeah. Well, speaking of all that, Kendrick, his tour.
More Kendrick.
Yeah, it actually starts today. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
Who?
Yeah. So with the GNX, well, it's called the Grand National Tour, right?
Okay.
I've been seeing different narratives, and I want to talk to the OVO hoes.
Okay.
OV hoes. Now,
Okay.
you're not an OV hoe. You're just
Right,
a Drake
right.
stan.
There's
a difference.
I'm a Drake fan just like we all are.
Are you sure?
Positive. We're all a
who-
Drake fan at heart.
Okay, who won the battle?
Drake.
Okay, Drake stan. So anyway, what I'm saying is the whole narrative now is, oh my God, he ain't selling out this tour. The metrics show that 95 or 96% of the stadium tour is sold out.
Okay.
But since he's not selling as many tickets in one particular city, which is Houston, and I looked and it got updated.
Okay.
But Drake stands. I just don't understand why y'all waste time. Like people waste time going to see his metrics and what he's selling if you don't like him.
But see, that's the thing. I feel like that about a lot of things on the internet. People go out of their way to look up things to try to discredit the artist that they're going against to create a narrative. They do it all the time. As soon as someone's city doesn't sell out, it's getting plastered all over. The same thing happened with Future last year.
Yeah.
There was a handful of cities that didn't sell out. People couldn't wait to say that. I think Beyonce was having a little trouble with the Cowboy Carter. People
Did
couldn't
that
wait
happen already?
I don't remember, man. I don't. But people ran to say how that wasn't wall to wall yet,
Yeah.
even though she's got 15 years of wall to wall tours.
Yeah.
People can't wait to talk about the downfall of anybody, and so that's the part about social media that gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
Bro, a stadium tour is not easy to pull off.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Perfect. And stadium tours don't actually have to sell out.
Yeah, that too. Not for them to be successful.
Not for to be successful. It's
Yeah,
a
nah.
fucking stadium tour.
Yeah, nah.
So that's my thing. I'm like, with the whole narrative, oh, he ain't. I'm like, it's 96% sold.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
That's that. You know.
That's people making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
Now, true indeed, Drake would sell it out. We all know that.
So Drake can't do a stadium.
Yeah, you can.
No, he can't.
Bruh, trust me.
I'll say Kendrick can't do it without SZA.
Okay, that's fair. Drake can do it by himself, which is also fair.
No, absolutely not.
But that ain't no joke, though. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. A stadium tour ain't no hoe.
It ain't-
Like, that ain't nothing to play with.
you have to, because when you remember how Beyonce do stadiums, right?
For
She
sure.
has multiple days. Taylor Swift
Yeah.
had 3 dates. I want to say 3 Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
Beyonce the same. I remember when Kanye came here and was doing his listening session.
Yeah.
And he packed it out, but not the whole
not the
arena,
whole
the
thing.
whole
Yeah,
stadium,
no.
but it was free.
Right.
And we had this argument about
No, it was like $40. It was something cheap. It was like 30 or 40. What you talking about when he did Donda?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
Oh, it
$30.
30. Okay, yeah, it was
something
real
like that.
cheap. It was real cheap.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was saying that everybody, if he did a full show,
Yeah.
and I'm talking when you go downtown and you see people dressing up to actually go to the show and all
sure.
that, everybody can't do that. And the reason that Kendrick is, 2 reasons Kendrick is able to do that. For one, solo tour, he has the highest grossing hip hop male solo tour of all time.
With Miss Morale?
Yeah, Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
He
Which
has.
is interesting because that album wasn't that well
It wasn't. It wasn't. And I was like, damn. So he broke records. You know what I'm saying? Because
But it was worldwide, too.
It was worldwide.
Yeah.
So the thing is, he has that on his plate. He has great performances. See,
For sure.
Kendrick does performances.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't he do a tour with Travis Scott one year?
Really?
I want to say Travis Scott was opening up for Kendrick or something, like back during the Damn days or something like that.
Maybe so. I remember when Kendrick, real quick story, I remember when I went to go to the Yeezus tour and Kendrick opened up. I went to the one in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Kendrick opened for the Yeezus tour,
tour,
and I was like, "Oh shit!"
And that's yeah.
That was a minute ago. That was 2013.
Yep,
yeah,
2013.
So it's funny how far things have.
Yeah. So the thing is, when you're talking about Drake doing Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
that's
hell
a
to the
layup.
Hell, how Drake is? Listen, I think Drake puts on a good show, but cool. Drake isn't a performer like Kendrick is.
But Drake is popular. He's more popular than Kendrick.
But that doesn't mean that popularity don't mean people will pay to go see you in large capacity at a stadium.
Then what does it mean then? What is popular if that ain't that?
Perfect example. You remember Usher? He did the Super Bowl last year.
Facts.
So he had like 6 shows in State Farm Arena.
That's a lot of shows.
Right. So they were like, well, why wouldn't he go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium so everybody could see him at once? Commerce don't work like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I would pay to go see Usher, but they're thinking in their mind, okay, if we extend this out, it'll be opportunity for more people to come.
Yeah.
Just like
because Atlanta's a hub. People
travel
to
it. Yeah. So it's like everybody wouldn't try to come at one time. Because if I see it's just April 21st, if I can't make it, I can't make it. But if you say, hey, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, you be like, maybe I can,
I can swing that Saturday, I can swing that Sunday day, or something like that.
So Usher wasn't going to be able to do a stadium by himself. Why not get an arena, which State Farm Arena ain't no joke.
Yeah, well, sure.
But even Usher with the buzz from his Super Bowl, it's like, nah, Kendrick has relevance on his side.
For sure.
He's hot. He's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Won the battle.
Yeah.
He won the battle. Drake can't do stadiums, man. He would have done them already if he was going to do
it might be the same situation like you just said. Let's be honest, if you can do 5 dates in one city, that's got to count for something. If you're doing multiple dates in the city, when Beyonce goes to a city and does 3 or 4 dates, bro, that counts for something. Everybody's not doing that.
For something, but it's not stadium.
Nah, we grasping at straws.
Man, you're saying that Drake can do, listen, I said Kendrick needs Scissor.
Right.
To pack out Mercedes-Benz
For
Stadium.
sure, and Drake just needs Drake.
Drake? How?
Drake featuring Drake.
Drake doesn't have enough buzz to even do that. He don't. What buzz does Drake have right now?
He doesn't need. He's the #1 streamed artist on Spotify every month.
That don't mean shit. You know that stuff is fabricated? I just could play you a video where, shout out to Brandman Shine on his podcast. Shout out to Brandman Shine. He has somebody on the show and talking about those numbers can be like, it's misleading. Meaning, if I have 30 million followers, you remember, what's her name? Sweetie.
Yep.
Sweetie got so many followers. You remember how much she sold the first week?
Yeah, don't nobody listen to that shit.
But I'm saying, monthly listeners can be misleading. That's why you can't really go fully off of those metrics.
Yeah, so they can be misleading, but they can be misleading for everyone.
Yeah, so, I agree.
So you just, if we're taking away 10% of Drake's, then you take away 10% of everybody else.
I agree.
And you still end up #1. Is
what I'm saying is this. Kendrick has the repertoire for it. He performed at the goddamn Super Bowl. That's the biggest show. He has people who never even thought to listen to him. You know when everybody was hating, talking about, oh, I hated the performance?
Yeah, there's a lot of people said that.
A lot of people said that, but then this is the most viewed one, and you've seen social media. It aged way better than when it was actually performed. And you know that.
Because people have memed it up.
Yeah, they memed it up.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm saying, in recent memory, I haven't seen it. Usher did a great performance.
Yeah, it was
but
fire.
It wasn't nobody trying to mimic Usher shit.
No, it wasn't.
You know, so Kendrick shit, he got the wave right now.
Yeah.
You have to have that amount of buzz to go on a national tour of stadiums.
Well,
football stadiums at that.
Well, we're gonna revisit this. You're gonna let us know how the show went, because I damn sure won't be going.
Why wouldn't you go to a great show?
I've never been to a Kendrick show though, outside of him opening up for Kanye.
You've never been to a Kendrick show? Me neither. This is gonna be my first time. Yeah. I haven't been. But yeah, I know that him and SZA, that's a perfect combo. You wouldn't want to see Luther perform live? Are you crazy?
No, I'm straight. I'd rather see Luther himself.
You'd rather see Luther?
Give me hologram Luther.
Yeah. Hologram Luther. Okay.
I'm straight on Kendrick.
All right. So my next thing.
Okay.
Now you talk about Drake. Drake announced that he is working on an album.
What?
You said, okay, I'm just saying, like we talking about Drake. That's your GOAT, right?
Yes.
So you think he's the greatest of all time?
When it's all said and done, he will be.
So do you think he's the greatest of all time?
When it's all said, when he hangs it up, he's not done yet.
He needs to.
When he hangs it up,
okay,
he will be the GOAT.
So let me ask you this. Are you looking forward to his new album?
Oh, wow. We all are. Anybody that's saying that they're not looking forward to Drake's new album is hating. Because I've even seen people who aren't fans saying this is an opportunity for him to prove himself, go in hungry, because people have complained about the last X amount of projects that he's not hungry anymore. He doesn't have the same, whatever the case may be. And they're saying that this situation may have put him up against the wall and may have re-energized him. So people saying that they're not looking forward to this, that's a lie. Now, you can't guarantee, I wouldn't say I'm going to guarantee it's going to be a classic. That's going too far. But to say you're not looking forward to it, you either never liked them to begin with or you just hating. It's one of the two.
Okay. I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh my God.
I've liked Drake. You can look at Red's View. And what you say, and never liked him to begin with?
Yeah, it's got to be something.
No, I'm not hating, and it's never. I never liked him to begin with. So then what is it then? He don't make the best albums to me. All the way through, I'm a hip hop head. Yeah,
because you just want him to rap.
Yeah.
No, what in that?
And even if he was to sing, I don't want to hear "I Need One Dance" on the same track with same album with 0 to 100. It don't balance right.
You can.
How?
I can understand that because people say around More Life is when it started to feel like a playlist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was now, I would get excited if Drake, because he did say this. This is the only thing I'm looking forward to. He said that it's going to be a one-on-one conversation. So when I hear one-on-one conversation, that means it's going to be me talking directly to my fan base or to my audience or whatever the case is. So if you're doing that with no features and not trying to make hit records and they're naturally becoming hit records, I'm ready for that. But if you're gonna go and you're just saying I'm trying to make another Scorpion, that time has passed.
Well, a lot of people don't like. You like Scorpion. A lot of people don't hold Scorpion in high regard.
He had that's the last time he had the most hits. That nigga had like 5 hits on there, B-sides and A-sides.
Oh, I see what
you see what I'm saying? Like and that happened after the Pusha battle. Yeah, he lost it, but he bounced back and went on a generational run with guys playing and all of
Mob
that.
Ties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and Mob Tie wasn't even in March 14th. Yeah. Like I said, B-sides and A-sides.
And In My Feelings.
Yeah, In My Feelings, like it was breaking records. Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like those days are over. Having 5 multiple hits like at one time, B-sides and all that. That's what I'm saying. But if he's going to give me an album like that, like, hey, I'm finna try to make another Scorpion, trying to duplicate that, and it's gonna be my year again. Nigga, it's over with.
I just want a good album. I don't care if it's 5 hits or 15 fire ass B-sides. Like I don't really go into it anticipating what type of project it's gonna be because that's where you're gonna get messed up. Drake is we try to put him in a box constantly, and whenever he steps outside of it like he normally does, people always get in their feelings because it's not what they expected. I think we got to stop expecting what a Drake project is going to sound like because that's what throws people off that first listen.
Well, I can tell you I know what is following him for as long as I've done, and I follow him from the start all the way till now.
Yeah.
I know what type of album he's going to give me. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I want from an album.
That's different. What you want from an album from him is different from because I know people that like a couple of versions of Drake. There's like 6 versions of him. And then some people prefer this version and that version and could care less about this version and that version. Yeah. And so when he gives you an album with all 5, then you're going to have mixed feelings about it because of you're getting these different ones and you prefer one or the other. But we really haven't had an artist that has done that. It's not like I get this Kendrick album and there's 3, 6, 5 versions of Kendrick on the album. It's like, nah, it's pretty. You may not know what narrative he's about to tell or what perspective he's about to go from, but you kind of get the gist of what he's going to do.
And I think the reason, like, to piggyback off what you said, those different versions, I feel like they don't mix well because while it's good, I disagree with that. It's good that you're tapping different audiences. Yeah. However, it's hard for somebody like me to really just because for example, Kendrick is diverse. He doesn't rap the same on every album.
Right. I agree. He's versatile.
Every album is different, right? But it also doesn't feel like he's trying to reach everybody at one time. Drake is a master at reaching everybody at one time. But the biggest criticism is that, okay, well, shit, nigga, like I need something that I'm a hip hop fan, man. So we're
global,
selfish.
Man. We global.
We're selfish. We global, but guess what? But guess what? It's gonna be critiqued from the hip hop community more than it is from anybody else.
Probably.
You already know it.
Yeah.
You already know it. We have the strongest voice because we're the hip hop community.
Yeah, but we also get stuck in our ways and don't want to grow. And we get quick to call Soulja Boy not hip hop. We get quick to say hip hop is dead because somebody came out and they're melodic. we hear that over and over and over
That's
again.
true.
It's
That's
like,
true.
dog,
That's
like,
true.
please let it go.
I agree with
let
that.
Let it evolve.
Yep.
I swear, if it's okay if they're not in a damn velour suit and Tim's standing outside a bodega.
And stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Man.
You always try to do the whole New York. Nah, because people from the South have a voice too. People from the West Coast have a voice too. It's not just New York.
That's
See, when you
fair.
think about hip hop haters, you think about niggas with Tim's on and off. You always make that reference.
They're the loudest. Shout out to New York. That's where I was born, but they the loudest because that's where it came from. So they're most protective of
You were born in New York?
Queens.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so they're the most protective of it, which I understand. I'm not saying don't be protective, but let's be clear. If Drake was from New York, he'd have a statue outside of MSG. They would treat him... What they don't give.
I get you.
They don't give A Boogie with the hoodie that smoke. They don't give French Montana. Ain't sound like he was from New York in 20 years.
So since
ASAP Rocky has used Houston culture all through his music. They never give smoke to people from there.
It's the Mecca though.
Yeah, but that's fine. But these niggas don't give you traditional New York hip hop. That's all I'm saying.
I
know we're going off on a tangent.
No, I see what you're saying.
They usually have smoke for. Look at DMX when he first talked about Drake.
Yeah.
Then he sampled his shit, and that first check came in, and now,
actually,
man, Drake, my bad, Drake is actually a nice guy.
But he had child support, so I get it.
That's fair.
He had tax trouble. He had tax trouble, child support.
That's fair. That's fair. That check came through right on time.
So I mean, what you expect him to do?
That's fair. Rest in peace, X.
Okay, so since we talk about New York,
okay, let's go.
This segment of Who Gave You a Podcast is very special.
Okay,
we're gonna do this every episode. Right? Hold me to that.
Let's get it.
This is called the quiet part out loud. And when me and CJ talk about the quiet part out loud, it's unpopular opinions.
Okay.
Something that hip hop feels that maybe the consumer doesn't feel.
Right.
And when I say hip hop, niggas from New York,
of course.
Basically, that's primarily where it comes from. Or the super duper hip hop lyrical miracle, MF Doom, and no shout, respectfully, the MF Doom, Sean Price, those type, right?
Or it can't even necessarily, because when I thought about this, I thought about it from the perspective of an unpopular opinion that I am thinking currently that maybe those people wouldn't, or that maybe the general. So
right, yeah, I see what you're saying.
We can flip it in reverse.
I see what you're saying.
So this is a segment we're gonna do, like you said, every episode. So I'm anxious to hear yours.
All right, the quiet part out loud.
Yep.
And I know I speak for all of my fellow Southerners. Okay. All of my Alabamians, all of my Mississippians.
Let's go. AT-aliens.
AT-aliens.
Let's go.
Mobb Deep is overrated.
Yeah, they're not going to like that.
Mobb Deep is overrated.
They're not going to like that.
CJ, I looked at today, it's called What Up Though Hip Hop, I think that's what it is.
They're going to hate that.
And they named the 4 top duos, hip hop duos of all time.
Okay. Let me guess. Outkast.
They had Outkast on there.
UGK?
UGK was on there.
Clips?
Clips went on there, I don't think.
Obviously Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep was on there. And it was somebody else on there. Matter of fact.
Yeah, who was the 4th? Because I'm trying to think. I mean, 8 Ball MJ. I know they didn't do 8 Ball MJG.
They didn't do them. Hold on a second.
I'm about to say, because I know they don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, it's called what?
Was it Dog Pound? Like, who else?
So they had, all right, so Mobb Deep, Outkast, EPMD.
Got you.
UGK.
Okay. All right. And you have a problem with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not even have a problem with that. It's more so the top 20, top 100 list, right? You'll have Mobb Deep be in the top 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep will be in the top 10 and different people like that. And where I'm from.
Yeah.
Mobb Deep
They didn't hit like that.
They ain't hit like that.
But see, that's that you said it. You said the magic phrase.
Yeah, yes. Where I'm from, they weren't like that.
Right.
But my thing is when you go, and I'm not saying they're trash.
Right.
Not at all.
It's just not your cup of tea.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. But Havoc is a dope producer.
Yeah, he can't rap though.
What?
Rap. Shout out to Havoc. Havoc can't rap.
Havoc can't rap?
Nah, bro.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, bro. I think he be having the weaker verses.
I mean, that's true compared to Prodigy, but you don't think Havoc can rap?
I don't.
I think he can rap.
Nah, that's why people don't be tapping him for bars and shit. They tap him for beats.
For beats, yeah.
Beats hard.
You're right. I never heard nobody. Yeah.
Where's the Havoc Alchemist solo? Like, bro, they don't do that.
But for Mobb Deep to even be mentioned in the same sentence as Outkast is disrespectful to me.
Who would you put right there? You would swap them out for
8 Ball MJG.
But you can understand. A-Ball and JG are like they're like underdogs though. Like they're not seen on a. They don't have hits the same way as Mobb Deep.
They got more hits than Mobb Deep.
Quiet Storm is a really big fucking song.
2 songs. No. Listen.
I love A-Ball MJG. I'm from Tennessee.
Right. Quiet Storm and Shook Ones.
Those are 2 big ass songs.
I ain't gonna lie. They did have
that song was just okay though.
Yeah,
but I
step up in the club with one thing. That was dope.
That was okay.
And did they have another one?
They had a slow song with I think 112.
Did they?
I think so.
Okay, I forgot about Quiet Storm. But
that's big.
What I mean, okay,
those are 2 big hip hop records.
They are hip hop, but yeah. And listen, Mobb Deep did go to different coasts, of course, because that Shook Ones beat is classic. It is legendary.
Facts.
But compared to UGK, compared to Outkast,
it can't be all. You can't have the Mount Rushmore groups and they all South.
Why? I thought talent was talent.
I mean, it is. Listen,
it shouldn't matter about the coast, in my opinion. It's just about the talent.
Mobb Deep. I'm not a big fan of Mobb Deep. I'll be the first to tell you, but I can also understand, like, because I get this all the time when people talk about P, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm from, that was a movement. Like, you had to be outside to really grasp what was going on.
Absolutely. People
from New York would tell you the same. They'd be like, nigga, Mobb Deep was popping. Like, it was different. They kind of, their impact isn't felt from where we're standing.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's some truth in that. Now, Prodigy, again, I don't think Havoc can rap. And somebody let me know if I'm wrong. If Havoc is fire, give me the verse, give me the song, because I may be sleeping. I'll leave room for that.
Okay.
Prodigy was cool. I like HNIC. I like Keep It Thorough. He got a couple of verses on like Nas records. So Prodigy, I thought was more talented. But as a group, I agree. If I'm being biased, I'm not having them in my top groups either. I'm putting clips.
Because that's my thing.
Crucial Conflict.
Crucial Conflict. Now you tripping with Crucial Conflict. Now look, I ain't going that far. Shout out to Crucial Conflict though.
Smoking on some hay,
But what I'm saying, yeah, definitely do or die. But I'm saying, bro, like on these top 20, Mobb Deep just be going over Do or Die, which I enjoyed a lot more.
Do or Die don't even be on the list.
Yeah, they even put them above Bone Thugs.
Yeah, see, that's rough.
Like, that's ridiculous. 3-6 Mafia. They put them above them.
Yeah, that's
and
I can't co-sign that.
And this is what I don't like to do. I don't like to when a group can be 2, but I think duos are different from groups.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So, but to put Mobb Deep above 3-6, Bone Thugs, the most influential rap groups
today.
Yeah,
I agree.
I just like I think, and that's what I'm saying. When people hear overrated, that means that they think that you're saying that they're trash.
Yeah, no,
they're not trash.
Yeah, no.
Okay, because I like Shook Ones, I like Quiet Storm, I like the song with Lil Jon, and I like some of their album they did when they was on G Unit.
There's a couple of joints on there.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I just think that they're overrated.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's yours?
I'll say this because I took mine from a different perspective, and it was more about hip hop in general, what the game is today.
Okay.
And we've had this conversation off air, and I believe this to be fact, and you vehemently disagree.
Okay, let's
And I feel like a lot of other people would disagree.
Okay.
I think now, 2025, the 2020s, I think this decade, this era is the golden age of hip hop production. Golden age.
Of hip hop production.
Beats have never sounded better. I'm talking about we can go on YouTube right now and put fill in the blank type beat, and a no-name dude in Iowa sitting in his dorm room is gonna have that fire, and that shit is gonna be cold. I had type in Kanye West type beat, and niggas is chopping up soul samples like Kanye West. You be like, damn, I thought Kanye was the only nigga that had to do this shit. Beats and production is superb in the 2020s. Like, you could argue lyricism had its moment. You could argue another decade had the most stars. Maybe the early 2000s had the most star power. That was the most competitive. That's what Nelly said. That's fair. But 2020, when it comes to production, it's inexcusable nowadays to have an album where your beats is trash. Inexcusable. I can't tell you last time I heard an album was like, man, this would be fire if it weren't for the beats. I haven't said that in 15 years.
All right, let me ask you this. Name an album in recent memory that goes with what you're saying, where the production is just solid all the way through.
Big X the Plug.
Okay. Name me another one.
I'm trying to think. Any Larry June, any Alchemist project.
Any Alchemist project? Okay.
And he puts out 2 or 3 a year, and he hasn't missed in 7 years. Like, it's like, how is he finding this shit, dude? Like, everything is fire, bro. Like, production-wise. I can listen to a no-name, well, I ain't gonna say no-name, but you can listen to, like, a deep-cut person that maybe, like, an Alchemist will collab with, or one of these offshoot producers. Or, like, take, like, a Currency or a Boldy James. I listen to them. They'll have a collab tape with a producer I ain't never heard of. Nigga, beats be fire. I'm like, where do they find this nigga at? Like, bro, it's never ending.
So from your perspective, you think that 2020's production is better than 90's production?
Yes.
Early 2000s production,
Yes.
2010's production?
Yes.
With the likes of Dr. Dre?
Yes.
Timberland?
Yes.
Right?
Neptunes.
Kanye.
all the crunk shit. All the sweat, all of that, because they have big names and they had hit records. It's just that now with the hit records, we don't know the people behind them. That's it. That's the only difference. We know them because they was all in the videos.
Would you say music is better now than it was back then?
No, I wouldn't necessarily say that, because you still have to put the artist on top of the beats. I'm strictly talking about production.
Well, that goes with it though.
Not necessarily.
It does.
No, I mean, I can listen to something and be like, that nigga ain't talking about shit, but that beat hard as fuck. Sexy Red ain't talking about nothing. That one that Tay Keith did for her, that beat is crazy. That beat hard too, but now I'm talking about the caramel skin.
The
baby.
Get it sexy.
Man, that beat hard as hell, and the baby slid on it too on this little freestyle. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
She not saying nothing. That beat hard though.
That beat is the same beat.
No.
They sampled the beat and didn't really switch it up. They just added a little bit more 808 to it.
Nah.
That's the same as the Halle Berry beat. Doom, 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 boom, boom, boom.
It's harder than that. Okay. I hate to break it to you, man. Shout out to Hurricane Chris.
They just added a little 808 to it.
No.
I vehemently disagree with everything that this man is saying. And the reason I'm saying that is because most of the beats I feel like you're referring to have a generic sound. Now, I'm not saying that they're not hard, but a lot of beats, so if I say, man, that beat hard, I hear more. Now, this is what I say. I hear more people, man, that beat hard, that beat go hard. When I hear go hard, and I am in the South, I think mostly of trap beats. Go hard means trap beats.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. But in your defense, I'm glad that you did bring up Alchemist, because that is different.
Yeah.
So you have a willing argument, a good argument if you're bringing up that. But I think that when people hear this, the most popular tracks that are out are the Glorilla.
Like the singles.
Because the first thing you said was Big X the Plug. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's a trap sound.
Yeah. So most people, I can say that the trap beats, if we're talking about in a genre of the trap, now is the best time. Because when I go on these different beat sites,
yep,
they're mostly trap sounds.
Yeah, they're copying that.
They're copying that. There's not much diversity when it comes to like how it was back then. Because a lot of these producers, they're beat makers. Because you said producers. We don't have that many producers back then. Production. So look, okay. The production is not as good as it was back then.
Man, no. I'm strictly saying I'm pressing play on this instrumental.
Okay.
That shit is fire. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm pressing play on this instrumental. I get it. We know the difference between beat makers and production, because production, you got to actually help flesh out what's being said and how it's being said. Right. I'm not talking about that piece. So to be fair, I'm just strictly talking about the beats.
Got you.
I walk in, producers now got a beat CD or a USB drive, nigga, them 95 out of 100 they play is gonna slap. And you'll be like, nigga, where did you come from? Okay. It's gonna be somebody I've never, and I don't even mean slap as in 808s and trunk rattling. I'm not talking about that. That's just the slang. Yeah. I'm saying it can be an Alchemist, a Conductor Williams, a Hit Boy, or whatever. Yeah, those aren't traditional like 808 down south shit.
But I think it's just a lot, like for you to say that it's better than ever now. I think that's a reach.
Nah, it's
fair. That's a reach.
Y'all let us know down in the comments. What is the golden era of beats? 90s, 2000s, 2010s, or now?
I vote 2000s.
With like Lil Jon,
Pharrell. It was so much. Neptunes, I feel like are the best producers of all time. Well, beat makers of all time, in my opinion.
All right.
The best producer, and when I say producer, you know what I'm getting at.
It's Kanye West.
Dr. Dre.
Crazy as hell.
Dr. Dre.
Nah.
Kanye, I put the Chronic over College Dropout.
Yeah, but you can keep going with Kanye though. You're stopping at the Chronic.
No, 2001 was. Okay. Come on, man. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, but with the firm, like, come on.
No, firm. Production was solid, but come on, man. I love AZ, but Nature.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Come on, that just wasn't gonna work.
That's a topic for another day.
Another day.
But y'all let us know in the comments. Golden era production.
Golden era production. All right.
Because that's my unpopular opinion. Even though it should be popular.
So let's get into the OGs. Our OGs, right?
Gotta respect the OGs.
Gotta respect the OGs. Nas made an announcement through Mass Appeal, and I love what he's doing with Mass Appeal.
I do too.
He announced that a lot of the veteran MCs are dropping albums under Mass Appeal.
7 to be exact.
7 to be exact, from the likes of Ghostface, Raekwon,
Big L.
Wu-Tang, Big L, unreleased album, obviously. Nas and Premier. I've been waiting on that for a while.
The streets been waiting. That's gonna be the climax right there. That's gonna be the last one.
I feel like that too. Yeah. That's a great way to end it too.
For sure.
So the likes of them, and then they said a mystery person too. I don't know who that's gonna be.
I don't know who's on Mass Appeal that's tapped in that will be the mystery person that we would care about.
Now these people signed a Mass Appeal?
That's the thing. I don't know, but people were speculating that they got some kind of deal with them, some kind of business dealings. But so they were trying to guess who it was. I don't know. Who the hell knows? I guess we'll figure out when it's time. But I like the rollout though. I'm a sucker for a good rollout. So I like the teasing. I like the rollout. I like what they've been saying. They haven't set any dates as of the time of this recording. We don't know the order, but it's giving me good music.
Yes.
When Kanye did the 7 track
EPs,
which I like that moment in time too.
That was great.
I love that. So I like that energy that's coming back with that. So shout out to Nas and Mass Appeal. Yeah. So there's some other OGs coming out though.
Yeah. Other OGs, in particular, April 25th, Bone Thugs and Harmony dropped their new single on the newly signed label, Greenback Records, and that's Conor McGregor's record label.
They signed to Conor McGregor?
Signed to Conor McGregor. Greenback Records. Exhibit is too.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, me neither. Now listen, for those who are new to this podcast or don't know about Red's view of culturalist theory, I'm a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan.
For sure.
So
them Bone fans deep out here though.
Oh yeah, out here?
Yeah.
Oh, hell
no, just period.
Oh, just in general.
Yeah,
in general,
they deep.
In general, yeah. You've seen that with the culturalist
because
like
people had a lot to say.
Yeah. Because
about the Bone ranking.
Yeah, that's what I think I had to hit you up and be like, hey bro, you tripping. And I found out he was in Atlanta. I invited him to Red View and all that. So anyway, Bone Thugs, they are dropping, and then they have a new album that they're working on. All five original members, Crazy, Lazy, Busy, Wish, and Flesh. They're actually gonna be here in May, and I caught my tickets today.
You have fun with that.
That's gonna be an awesome show.
We're gonna sit that one on out.
You don't think that Bone are good performers? Well,
I wouldn't know.
You never been a Bone show.
I haven't.
Yeah.
But I fuck with their early works heavy.
They do a lot of early work stuff.
I would hope so.
East 99 is great. You wouldn't want to see that live?
Now that okay.
They perform a lot of East, like first of them, bro. It's an experience.
Now you're right.
Thuggish Rugged, bro. Like they perform a lot of the stuff you grew up on.
Oh, now listen. Now you might be wooing me. I just don't want to hear none of that new shit. Respectfully.
I
don't want to hear no Bone Brothers.
No. I
don't want to hear no Mo Thugs.
It's not. It's not that. It's mostly
the legacy stuff.
Yeah, legacy. Creeping on the come up to Resurrection. Mostly it's that. Like they do Thug Love, Notorious Thugs, and then they're gonna do First of the Month, Thuggish Records.
Now you know what? I might switch my stance on that. I'm thinking they're gonna try.
You thinking like the recent stuff?
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to hear the Phil Collins shit.
No. They don't. I've never seen them do Home.
They're playing that.
Yeah.
They're gonna play that though.
Or play what?
That Phil Collins.
They've
shit.
never performed that in recent memory.
Okay.
I've been to like 5 Bone shows, bro.
That's insane.
Yes, I'm a big Bone fan. I got a song with Lazy Bone. I had sent that to you. I don't know if you would check that out.
Oh shit, I didn't get a chance to check it out.
Yeah. But it said authentic feature. I was in that group.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. So you got to check that out.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so they're releasing an album 2025.
Yeah.
Do we or are we ready for another Bone album, which could be their last album, 2025, all 5 original members?
Listen, to me, Bone for the last couple of years has been washed, respectfully. So I need to know who's behind the production. Is Unique behind the production? Are they still tight with him?
Yeah, they tight with him.
If he's behind the production, then you've piqued my interest. But I haven't been anticipating a Bone album in years. Not since the double disc, to be honest with you. It's been that long.
It's been that long.
That damn long.
Okay.
Set It Off days, double disc. I haven't really anticipated it. I still think they're dope though. Like their legacy is stamped, in my opinion.
Right.
But with these OGs, I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad a new Bone album is coming out. I'm glad we're getting Big L unreleased and Ghostface. I'm glad because I feel like there's a market for it.
Yeah.
It's just not your boy.
Okay. That's fair. I'm looking forward to it.
Because new Wu-Tang too. New Wu-Tang coming out.
Nah, but I think that's not an actual Wu-Tang album. From my understanding, it's like
some limited shit or something.
Nah, yeah, like because for the past couple of years, that dude Mathematics has been kind of
who the hell is
orchestrating
Mathematics?
it. Yeah, it's something like that. Just y'all look it up, and if I'm wrong in the comments, let me know. But it's not like an actual Wu-Tang album from what I read.
It's some fugazi shit, whatever.
Something.
Yeah, okay. So never mind then.
But anyway, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Now this is the thing with Bone. I'm looking forward to them getting their flowers more so than a new album from them. Okay. Meaning I'm looking for a biopic. I'm looking for a documentary.
I'll be here for that.
You know what I'm saying? Like if they did a Netflix documentary or they did like how Master P did the No Limit Chronicles or whatever like that. We need that. They had their lives are so big that they could do a movie or a series and people would flock to watch it.
A Hulu series like that Wu-Tang shit?
Yes.
On Bone would be fire.
Fire as hell.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
And from my understanding, they've been trying to pitch a biopic and they want to pick up like right where, at the end of Straight Outta Compton when
they
had the Bone. Yeah, they want to kind of start it kind of from right there or incorporate that in there.
That'll be hard. I don't know if it's going to do numbers though.
Well, it would do. I'm not thinking of going to the movies.
So you on streaming?
Streaming.
Okay, fair.
It's going to do great on streaming.
Yeah, okay.
Now, if you're talking about a biopic now in selected theaters, maybe, but I'm not thinking a box office crushing and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But if you're talking about series, shit, that's definitely going to do it.
I do. Now, you spoke on something. They do deserve their flowers. Number one,
right?
Everybody raps with that triplet flow.
Yep. Harmonies.
People are harmonizing and rapping. That's almost like a prerequisite now if you rap.
Yep.
So, yes, they deserve the flowers 100%. And I'll take the flowers. Y'all can keep the album. And the tour. Fuck it. I'm not going.
And the tour.
I just changed my mind that quick. I ain't going.
No, he's
I'm going to stay in the crib.
He's never seen a Bone show. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking of Bone back in the 90s and stuff like that. They're great performers.
This is what I want. I want more shows to be streamed. I want a hip-hop ESPN on television.
That's YouTube.
Yeah, but this show is not going to be streamed. I'm saying the same way like a game is the main event, like on Friday, LeBron playing, I want Friday to be the Bone show playing. I think like streaming it or like the So Def 25th anniversary or the Rough Rider 20. Okay. Like I want that to be like a thing on TV.
Yeah.
That's a dream of mine. I thought that's what Revolt was going to go toward. Yeah. They were going to be like on some ESPN and hip hop shit.
Right.
They fumbled that.
Yeah, they did.
But I'm saying that would be fire though. Like, and then they kind of, because think of all the moments real quick. Think of all the moments that come from live shows, whether it was the Kanye and Drake, that was a big deal. Obviously the Pop Out was a big deal. The Cash Money and Essence Fest was a big. These moments happen over. People have shown an appetite for the live show streamed on TV. So the Bone show in Cleveland, which I'm sure they're doing, I'm sure that's on the stop. That needs to be stream somewhere on TV. Like that'll be fire, and it might gas more people to go to it when it comes to a city near them.
No, that's true. That's true. And this is
I just went on a tangent, but that's my soapbox.
Right. I'll end it with this. Bone, and the reason I always look for it, because if they say, hey, we doing it, cool, right? I wasn't a fan of Unified. Okay. And you put Unified over Resurrection, that's another story. Yeah. But anyway, their style never gets old. If you get Crazy Bone on a track today, he's going to have a standout verse because their style it's always been ahead of his time. I sent you that clip of Busy in the studio. You were like, damn, like he was going the fuck off.
He was going crazy.
Now that don't mean that you're going to check out the album.
Sure, the talent is there.
The talent, that's what I'm saying. They still can go. I know that. It's just about the production and the subject and the content. Yeah, that's for sure. That's the thing with me. But if they were to, and I'm not even looking forward to Unique. Unique has a dated sound.
Maybe we've come to the time where that dated sound will be refreshing. Sometimes the cycle.
You got a point.
It goes from dated to
like I missed that.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, that's why Jello had his 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay,
you got a point. He fumbled it, but
because maybe if we did get an East 99-ish sound or Art of War sound,
it might take us back.
You're right.
We'll see, man.
I didn't think about that. I've been hypocritical about I've been critical about DJ Unique and stuff like that. But that was back in like 2013 and
See?
stuff like that. So you're right. Damn.
We'll
I didn't
see.
think about that. Okay. So just a couple of current events I want to go over.
Let's spin through them, man.
All right. So Lil Wayne has been interviewed. I don't know where he got interviewed, but
That was Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone. So Lil Wayne said that he didn't know about he didn't pay attention to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake battle.
Right.
He didn't know that Kanye and Jay-Z had a joint album called Watch the Throne.
Right. Yeah. In case y'all didn't know.
In case y'all didn't know, right? So the
He
reason
didn't know Dirk was locked up.
he said that too.
Yeah, he didn't know Lil Durk was locked up, but he had 2 free Lil Durk shirts in his dressing room when they were interviewing him.
So it's one or two things, and I know somebody personally who works with him. I'm not gonna drop no names. I know a few people who work with Lil Wayne, and that whole thing of I didn't know I was performing Not Like Us or whatever like that.
Yeah, he didn't know that was about.
He knew that
Drake.
because at the end, if you go back to the video, he said, "Oh, Not Like Us." Oh, well, if you ain't with Drizzy, then fuck you too. That means that you knew what it was about.
Facts.
So I used to believe firmly that Lil Wayne, because he does be on his own world.
He be zoned out.
He be zoned out. This is the same man that thought 21 Savage was a group.
Yep.
However, some stuff I feel like he's capping on.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you think he?
I think it's cap or it's drugs. It's one of the two.
Oh,
It's either cap or drugs. Because I think he knows and he just forgot it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he just forgot it. There's no way on God's green earth that you didn't know Jay-Z and Kanye had a joint album in 2015.
Because it was everywhere.
It was everywhere, bro. You ain't never heard Niggas in Paris?
Right. What year was that?
2013, 2015?
That was 2011.
Really?
Yeah, it was that far.
2011 then.
Yep.
But Wayne was Wayne at that point.
Yeah.
Like, and that album was a very big deal.
It was a big deal. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and Wayne is a Jay fan.
right.
So, no, you're not going to make me believe that you didn't know that happened.
Damn,
you never heard of
drugs.
Otis? Okay, come on. But I ain't gonna lie though, a part of me made me think I would love, if, let's just say, hypothetically, he actually has never heard it. Which is cap. Watching him hear it for the first time would be dope.
Yeah, that would be.
That would be fire
That
though.
would be dope.
Like,
Yeah.
if he has never seen the Otis video,
And he's just like, wow.
he's like, oh shit, that should be
Wow,
hard. That'll be
yeah.
good content.
Yeah, it would.
But he's seen it several times.
But you know what? And I'm thinking of this because I think it was Ozzy Osbourne said this, that he did so many drugs,
Yeah,
he didn't remember his 20s.
I believe it.
So you're right.
You can look
Lil
at
Wayne
Ozzy.
is a rock star.
Look at how Ozzy Osbourne acts now. When Wayne gets that age, hopefully he does, it's gonna look very similar.
It's already happening now. Shit. Because I ain't think about the drugs. You say either that or the drugs, and I'm like, damn, I ain't think about that. So he probably just be forgetting. Maybe he ain't lying.
Just be forgetting.
Yeah.
Well, somebody please play him that Watch the Throne for the first time and record it.
Yeah.
Because that's good content.
That's an amazing album, bro.
Of course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, what?
From start to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that. That'll be some dope content.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments, do you think Wayne is capping, it's the drugs, or he just forgot? Now, let me ask your opinion on this. Did you see the Tracee Ellis Ross thing that's going around?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Tracee Ellis Ross said that she prefers to date younger men because older men or men her age, which are older, they have too much toxic masculinity.
Right.
Toxic masculinity. Now, and at some point we can play the clip.
Yeah.
We can play the clip, right now.
People in my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
I had my thoughts and opinions on it.
Right.
I think that Tracee Ellis Ross is a beautiful woman.
Of course.
I think she's talented actress. But I think she has that entitlement. I think that a lot of middle-aged women, we keeping it real. First of all, it's a contradictory, you know what I'm saying? And it's a double standard because they get mad when men say, hey, we want to date younger. Naturally, that's what happens when we get to like our 40s and 30s and everything like that.
It's about looks.
It's about looks.
Yeah,
when I go into a strip club, I'm not expecting to see nobody my age there.
Yeah, no aunties.
No aunties.
Yeah, no.
I'm in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? When I go in there, I'm expecting early 20s,
young,
to be honest, young.
sure.
If I get models in my video, unless I want to do some retro throwback shit and get Melissa Ford because she still looks nice,
Absolutely.
I'll get her. But I'm going to probably get me a young model.
Yeah,
That's what
absolutely.
I'm thinking of. Now with Tracee Ellis Ross, I think she's just being rebellious because she can't handle the men her age because they're not finna let her run over them and shit like that.
Yeah.
Saying I want to date a younger man to make you feel like it's a feeling, it's because you could probably control him, want him to do stuff and things like that. Or, I mean, physically, I could understand that. You know what I'm saying? She just say, yeah, I like younger dudes and I want to mess with them. I get that, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's a that whole toxic match, I thought it was dead, that whole term. I hate it.
Yeah.
But I think that she's an unstable woman. I think that any woman that is over the age of 40 and looks that good and don't have any kids, there's a reason why.
Yeah, see, it's tricky, and as y'all can tell, we won't just be keeping it hip hop. It'll be pop culture.
Yeah, it's gonna be pop culture. Yeah.
I understand. I got what she was saying. I think the buzzword of toxic masculinity is what threw a lot of people off, and I'm not a big fan of that phrase. I think it's been overused. And and I'd rather have somebody just explain what they mean by that instead of using that blanket term.
Yeah.
But I can understand what she's saying, because if she was to say they've got old school mentalities, then I don't think anybody would be second guessing what she's saying. Because that's essentially, that's how I took what she was saying, because she said they want to be controlling, they have old school mentalities. If I come around with my gay friends, they feel some type of way about it. So that's the vibe that I picked up that she was saying, that they have old school mentalities. And the younger, it's a generational thing. The younger people are a little bit more open to things. They're a little bit more fluid. They're a little bit more flexible. So they're not so stuck in their ways. Once you hit a certain age,
that's true,
bro. I'm not budging, bro. Like I you know what I'm saying. You bend over backwards when you're young, try to please this, that, and the third. Once you hit a certain age, man, this is me. Fuck you. I'm not changing. You know how old people get. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be the same way, I'm sure. And she's up there in age. So if you find looking for like a more progressive 50, 60-year-old now.
But
the pool is small.
Those men that she's dating, first of all, you're dating out there in the dating world. You're auntie, you know. And listen, I'm for whatever makes people happy. You could do it. But since you put it out there,
yeah.
I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I can tell you, those young boys, they're not looking to actually date a Tracee Ellis Ross.
Maybe not.
They're looking to smash a Tracee Ellis Ross. Because I would smash Tracee Ellis Ross.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't date her. So the thing is, if she had a man, then I could be able to understand that. But we've never known her to actually date anybody. She just bounces around. And to me, it came off as in, I'm an unstable woman and I don't really know what the hell I want. I'm not going to get a 50-something-year-old because I'm stuck in my ways and I don't budge. Because I've noticed when I hit 30, I saw women who I used to mess with, they started changing and stuck in their ways, and I don't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I dated significantly younger. Like my fiance is like 5 years younger than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she was different from the women that got my age. Now, when we were in our 20s, everybody, you know, it's whatever.
What it is.
But I started looking like, okay, it went from us having fun on social media to men ain't shit. On social media. Right. And everything is negative. And then you go from men ain't shit to, oh, I wish I had somebody to do this. I need a massage. I need, you know what I'm saying? So it just went to that. And I think that, when women like Tracee Ellis Ross put that out there, it sends a bad message to women that are younger, that probably look up to Tracee Ellis Ross.
Yeah. I don't know about sending a message. I would be interested to hear how a woman would interpret what her message.
They've been bashing her all on Twitter, the women.
So that's what I'm saying. So then what's the negative message then? What have they been saying? I haven't caught that.
They've been saying pretty much y'all criticize men that want to do the same thing, and she's trying to.
Oh, with the dating younger thing?
Yeah, the dating younger thing.
Well, but to be fair, I've never heard Tracee Ellis Ross criticize a man for saying they wanted to date younger.
She hasn't. But what I'm saying is,
so then criticizing her for that is.
And also they've been saying the same thing. I'm saying, like, she's unstable. Why she looked that beautiful, and just her energy that came off was just like, you need to sit your ass down somewhere.
There's a myriad of reasons why somebody will be single. I can't call it. There's people that look like they don't need to be single and they wifed up. I mean, they booed up.
Yeah,
so I mean, listen. I don't know Tracee Ellis Ross.
He playing the fair right. I get it.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna add the context to the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan too. Shout out to Tracee Ellis Ross. I don't want her to be mad at me.
Of course, because
she fine.
She fine.
That's why. That's the
only reason.
That's the only reason.
Because this podcast gonna blow up and CJ like, hey, I ain't got no smoke.
Yeah, she gonna put this clip up and be like, I fuck with him.
Right. She's beautiful.
She ain't fucking with you though.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nia Long can say what she want.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, if she want to say she date younger than men.
She untouchable.
And hey man, because didn't the old boy from the Celtics that she was
the coach.
The coach.
They were dating.
Shame on you.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, that wasn't cool.
That wasn't cool at all.
That was toxic.
So, that was very toxic. So look, if Nia has something to say, she can say the same thing. I wouldn't criticize her.
That's hilarious. That's the double standard.
That's a double standard.
It is what it is.
Right. So let me ask you this. Let's just move into movies real quick. Okay. So Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They dropped their trailer.
The actual
trailer. There were teaser trailers before that. And this trailer has some controversy behind it. And that being is because Silver Surfer is now a female.
There is a female version of Silver Surfer.
Right. I'm going to get to that.
Yes.
So the thing is, a lot of people just say, oh, that, they turned Silver Surfer to a woman and all this other all this other stuff. So let's clarify. The character's name is Shala something, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
What I don't like about it is that character wasn't created to be the Silver Surfer, right? She was a different comic book character created in the 60s. Later on in like 2016, they made her the Silver Surfer for like 3 seconds. It wasn't even a full story. Right. They made that, and it's funny because 2016, that's the whole inclusive agenda stuff that happens. It happens in the comics. I can tell you, the comic book community don't want to see the inclusiveness from Disney.
I wouldn't know.
Because I grew up on the comic. People, when we see these movies, we want to see shit like Onslaught from the 90s. We want to see the symbiotes and stuff like that. A lot of people want to see those stories that made these characters so epic to us.
Right.
But the stuff that happened in like 2016 where it's she actually did turn into the Silver Surfer. If you go by the comics, nigga, that came out in 2016.
It's still source material though.
But it wasn't even that long. They're trying to do an actual storyline that the male Silver Surfer actually did. It'd be different if they went with the storyline of her.
Yeah,
being Silver Surfer.
They're both going to be in it though.
Oh, they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both in it. They're both in it.
Yeah.
And I think people make a big deal out of nothing because they've tried the Silver Surfer story already. That Fantastic Four movie stunk.
Debatable.
And then people, they do swaps all the time. Like the reason you can do this is because it doesn't really matter the gender of Silver Surfer, bro, or which version of Silver Surfer we get. It doesn't. Nobody really truly gives a shit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think people care like that.
Yes, they do.
I think people act like they care like that.
They wouldn't be. Listen,
it's fake outrage, but they don't really. They're not that invested in which Silver Surfer you get.
Are you sure?
Let
me ask you. Did you grow up reading comics?
Only vaguely. My brother put me on. Not too heavy.
So he older?
Yeah.
Okay. I had an older brother too, I have an older brother, and we read all comics and stuff like that. To the comic book community, it matters. Yeah,
but what I'm saying is, and my brother, he's read them this entire time. So if 2015 they switched it up, if 2010, if 05, it doesn't matter. He had been following them all the way up until whenever. So if they decide to pull from the 2015 source material, nobody gives a shit. That's what I'm saying. Now, they may prefer, there may be a storyline that I'd rather them pull from, but if they pulled from this one, now if this never existed, then I could see people being like, because that's what happened with Mortal Kombat. They pulled the main character that would, in a world, there's 1,000 Mortal Kombat characters.
And then you want to create
one? They
one?
made one.
That
was
like, and you said you liked that movie, didn't you?
I did like it. I thought it had potential. And I think
it had potential.
I think the second one has potential to be even better. But I did like it. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was great, but I thought it was good.
It felt like the Power Rangers at the end of me.
No, I mean, I can understand that, even though that first Power Ranger movie was fire.
It was. What I'm saying, I like Power Rangers, not in the Mortal Kombat setting, though.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not trying to trash Power Rangers.
But that's what I mean by shoehorning something in that no one asked for. Okay. That would be one thing.
But the thing is, she was. It's like if I scratch your car and then you go get it fixed. I scratched it and it was only there for a couple of days. So people ain't going to remember, oh, CJ had a scratch on his car.
Yeah.
Nobody, like, that's not a popular versus Black Panther. There was a whole series with the female Black Panther. That was a big storyline. With her, nobody's
Plus,
familiar
they
with
had
it.
to pivot to that too, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, they had to. Of course.
That wasn't the plan at first.
But you had people like Dr. Umar talking about they're trying to feminize black men by having a female Black Panther. I'm like, no. In the comics, there was a big thing.
And he don't know nothing about that.
Right, he don't know nothing about that. But this, they took a character that was not developed to be Silver Surfer. Because the first thing you did is send me this is the actual character. Nigga, that was back in the 60s and she played somebody completely different. And then 2016, you know what? What if we made her the Silver Surfer? Never mind.
But there's both of them. But they're both in there though.
If they're both in there, that's going to be cool. I didn't know both of them was going to be in there.
Yeah, that's word on the street.
Okay.
They're both in there.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it plays out, but I'm tapping into it.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know why they keep making Fantastic Four movies. Obviously, something's not working.
I agree.
I think that I've enjoyed the first two. The one with Michael B. Jordan was trash. It was awful. But I think
was it because the Michael B. Jordan character was black?
That's one of them. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
No, just
we don't care that they swapped out Johnny Storm.
Well, no, it's just they tried to make it all serious, like the Dark Knight.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Dark Knight race.
Let's be clear. The movie was not good. I don't care who was playing. It wasn't good. But that's my point, though.
Yeah, but I'll say that I think at this point, what they should have done if they're going to do Avengers movies, just have the Fantastic Four part of the Avengers movies. Like have the characters appear in another movie. I don't need another four. I'm gonna see it.
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
I'm gonna see it for sure. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, by the time we come back around, it might already be out. We'll get y'all a review.
Exactly. Now, one more thing. Did you see the Sinners movie?
I did.
I saw it last night.
I saw it. It's fresh on my mind. I saw it too. Shout out to Ryan Coogler.
Shout out to Ryan Coogler.
I think he's 5 for 5. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty dope. I love the original IP. I'm glad he's got a chance to tell his own story. With all due respect to the Rocky franchise and the true story of Fruitvale and, of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These were already properties that existed. He was able to just take something that already was there and just put a spin on it. Not to say that that's easy because he killed all of that. But I'm saying that being able to take an original story and cook something up from scratch.
So this is an original story.
Yeah, this is his. It's out of his head.
Oh, this was his original story?
Yes.
Damn.
This does not exist.
But the other ones he directed.
No, I'm saying, yeah. He just
directed, like he brought the story to life.
There you go. He had the source material from Black Panther.
Yeah.
Even though he still put his sauce on it.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course, Fruitvale Station is a true story.
Right.
Still put his sauce on it.
Right.
And the Rocky franchise, obviously, Creed. Still put his sauce on it like this.
Because he did Creed 2?
He did Creed 1. He directed Creed 1.
Creed 1, yeah, okay. All right.
Again, these were already established IPs.
Right.
This was fresh.
Yeah.
Which I wish we had more of.
Yeah.
And I thought he landed it. I thought he stuck the landing. I enjoyed it. I love the elements of blues and music. I'm not even a blues guy. I can't sit here and name 5 blues artists. I'm not going to act like I'm a blues connoisseur. I'm not.
Right.
But I thought it sounded great. I liked that the music was a character in the movie. It reminded me of From Dusk Till Dawn from back in the day.
I never even seen that movie.
Yeah, it's very similar.
That's what somebody said though.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. It's like a black, down south 1930s version of that, which I love that he went in that direction. And I enjoyed the movie, man. Like I gave it an 8.666 out of 10. But I thought it was fire, bro.
Yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10. The reason I give it an 8 out of 10, one of the big reasons is because I didn't like Michael B. Jordan's Southern accent.
There were times where it kind of was like, but it didn't take me out of the movie though.
To be honest, like I really wasn't gonna check it out until it came out streaming, simply because I wasn't a fan of the trailers. Now Ryan Coogler, I knew was gonna be a good movie because it's Ryan Coogler.
Man, he ain't miss.
I'm not the biggest Michael B. Jordan. Listen, first of all, he did a great job in this movie. Let me put that out there.
His smoke version of his brother was hard.
Yeah.
He was hard.
Michael B. Jordan did it. It's just that I'm not a fan of his acting, but he's always in good movies, though. He be in good movies.
Minus Fantastic Four.
Yeah, minus that. He be in good movies.
Yeah.
Like when the one with Jamie Foxx and stuff like that. I forgot what that was called.
Oh, just
something.
Yeah, that was a good ass movie.
Yeah, it was good. It's just I don't like his acting, but I give him his flowers for this one. Either the Southern accent, it was noticeable.
Yeah.
It was iffy, but he played the hell out of 2 characters.
In fact, 2 distinct characters.
Like different vibes.
Yeah.
Bro, awesome.
I give him
his
that.
emotions,
he killed
the way his facial expressions, bro.
That's not easy to do. You playing your. I mean, he playing it. He's playing a twin or twins.
That is not easy to do.
That's not easy. I gotta give it to him, man.
Yeah, hands down, his best movie. Period. Michael B. Jordan's best movie.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I ain't mad at that.
His acting performance, best movie.
Yeah,
because this is the first time he acted like somebody other than Michael B. Jordan.
That's fair. Well, now Killmonger. Come on.
That was Michael B. Jordan, bro.
No,
that's his character. All he
Michael
did was
B.
play a
Jordan
nigga.
Cornier than that. He cornier than that in real life. Respectfully,
he is, but I'm saying that that's still an FBA cat. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have literally got anybody to play that role.
And
like
that was from Oakland too.
Yeah, for Oakland, like that wasn't hard. What I'm saying is, I didn't look on here and see Michael B. Jordan. I saw Smoke
and Stack.
And Stack.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay,
I'm with you.
You see what I'm saying?
He did his thing.
Phenomenal.
I recommend people check it out in the theater. I know
theater,
I know tickets is stupid now. I get it.
Yeah.
But I recommend I think that's a big screen watch right there. Absolutely. In my opinion.
You need to, and it was funny because it felt like date night yesterday. Me and my girl went. It was a bunch of couples there. I don't know why.
Oh, my shit was wall to wall.
Yeah, it was wall to wall.
That bitch was packed. And I feel like this is probably the cultural event of the year. Movie wise, did you see the montage they did with how the blues developed and touched other genres? I thought that was fire.
Oh my god! Like
my wife wasn't a fan. She thought it didn't. She thought they overcooked it a little bit because it didn't really change anything with the plot. And I said that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I thought it was so fly though. I'll let him get them 45 seconds off.
Let
you can cook that.
Let him pop it off.
I'll let them cook that because had he taken that out.
Mm-hmm.
And then showed me that and be like, bro, we almost put this. I'd have been like, nigga, why you didn't put that in? I would have been like, nigga, that shit was hard. So did it have to change? Did it change the plot or no? But I thought it was a nice paying homage to music and blues, how it's impacted music over the years.
Because it talked about his music, which brought the vampires in there. Spoiler alert. And how our music impacts the future. Yeah. Because if you look, when they went to 1992, he loved that year for some reason, Ron Coogler, because he said Black Panther in 1992. You remember when? You remember
flashback?
When they were flashback. I think that was just a big year. Yeah. So anyway, when he did that and Michael B. Jordan came in there, you know,
the Coogee with the glasses.
all that stuff, it's like that still went into the future. And I think that has because I think it did have something to do with the movie. I get what your wife was saying though.
Yeah, no, it didn't have any bearing on the plot.
Yeah.
And that's more because when movies get over 2 hours, it's kind of like, what could you have shaved off? Like, let's be honest, you probably could have. Yeah. But I'm cool. It didn't bother me because it just looked so fucking dope. That was the one time in the movies this year I wish I could have rewound. Yeah. Because I'd have been like, I gotta see that. I gotta see that again. That shit was hard.
I was like, damn, they incorporated New York, New Orleans, down south to this day, West Coast. I said, damn, because that was towards the end. Then they did Latin. Yeah. And Afro and African. And I said, damn, man.
That was
but for him to create that in his head at 38 years old.
Nah, he different, bro. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. He's already announced his next shit. You see that?
Yeah, X-Files.
And I felt some type of way because again, that's an unoriginal. It already exists. But I'm interested to see what spin he gonna put on it. Though. I was like,
because I didn't really watch X-Files like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I watched maybe like between 5 to 10 episodes.
Yeah, but I'm definitely Ryan Coogler's there. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, he's got that point. He's at that point now. It's like dude name on it. I ain't got to see the trailer.
Yeah, actually, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Last thing we're gonna cover. We're gonna do what we call our hate mail. Ooh. This is the hate mail segment right here. CJ. Yeah. So we're gonna on this when we do this segment right here, what we do is we read the comments, some of the biggest, hardest hitting comments from our biggest haters. Okay, shout out to our haters. These are from previous videos that we did in the past, and I'm sure we'll have some more in the future.
Yeah, man.
So let me read. This was let me start at the top. This was from the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre video we put out.
What did we say in this video?
Now, we said that Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, The Missionary was the most disappointing album of 2024. We didn't call it trash. We just said it was disappointing.
That's it.
So this comment says, Cornballs, the album was all right. Lyrics and production. Shout out to Mad Marlin 913. He says, I'm tired of podcast opinions.
Marlin. Shout out to you. That's why we exist.
Yeah, we exist because of people like you who are going to comment. So shout out to Marlon. We're putting your name right there.
Absolutely.
Also, we have Real Choke No Joke.
Okay.
Real Choke No Joke says these dudes are haters and just don't know music. I wonder if that's the real Choke No Joke.
Is that the actual Choke No Joke?
Hold on.
Shout out to Choke No Joke, man, for tapping in.
Would he? What? Hold on.
We do not hate though, bro. Like it's just every opinion you don't agree with is not hate. That's all I'm saying. I would never hate on Snoop and Dre. They
Oh
legends.
shit, that was Choke No Joke.
Shout out to him, bro. That's hilarious.
What, nigga?
Yeah, that's big.
I didn't know that.
Do your Googles, man, if y'all don't know who that is.
Damn. So Choke went at the boys.
But, bro, Snoop and Dre are legends. Their legacy is stamped. There's nothing they could do at this point, and Snoop is testing this, but there's nothing that they could necessarily do to knock them off of their ledge and when it comes to hip-hop.
Yeah.
So just because they had an album that didn't hit for me, we're not hating.
We're not hating, man.
We're not alone in this take, by the way.
It was people who commented on it. Even Suge Knight said it.
See? Well, I mean, he might be hating, though.
Yeah, he is. It was funny, though. He solidified it. He said that Dre said and Snoop said this is the best project they ever put out. Well, I can't tell. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that ain't Shout out to Choke No Joke, man. You need to come on the show. This is 10 weeks ago. I didn't know that because it didn't have the verified thing on it.
Get verified, Choke.
Yeah, and honestly, after so long, I don't go through comments. I'll be like, damn. But I had to find the hate mail.
But we love the hate mail, though.
Yeah, shout out to Choke No Joke. He made the hate mail list. Also, we have Wanda Luster 6521. Okay. He says, y'all need your own show, which we do. But this is what we should call it. Two Broke Ninjas. Two Broke Ninjas. So
that's funny.
That was funny.
That was good.
I got to give you your props on
good.
that one, man.
I like that.
But we do have our own show, so shout out to you, my friend.
Facts. It is not called Two Broke Ninjas.
Right. It's not. It's called Who Gave Us a Podcast, which goes, but we're not broke.
Yeah,
I can tell you, I'm not broke, and I know
that
CJ's
was hilarious.
Yeah. So shout out to Big Money 74.
He ain't broke either. Shout out to Big Money.
Big Money. It says these guys are a joke. Missionary is a good album. It ain't for tight pants wearing kids.
My pants ain't tight.
My pants ain't tight.
I know yours look snug right
there. They look snug. But when I get up and move around, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that he's pretty good.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
man.
damn. He getting on. Shout out to him.
Wardrobe.
Shout out to Mr. _ C _ 103.
He got too many underscores.
He got too many underscores. So he said, y'all both look gay. Now, maybe you're not. Point is, that's just your opinions. What you say is not facts.
What?
So basically, he said, we look gay. No, y'all don't. But it's an opinion. I don't.
You just wanted to get that off? That was weird.
That was very weird.
Man, come on,
that was very weird.
This is hate mail, not weird mail.
Right. So shout out to you, though, I guess. Now we're going into when we was talking about the Kendrick Lamar stuff.
Okay.
This one says, shout out to Cerulean _ Banderer. All right. He says, I'll never listen to any grown man that stacks his shoes in plastic cases like that. My 13-year-old cousin does that.
Where do you stack your shoes at?
He talking about CJ, by the way.
Like, this is what people with sneaker collections do.
Right. I mean, I thought everybody
What
did
are you
that.
talking about?
Yeah. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
But shout out to you.
Come on, man.
We got Red Eye Jedi 51705. He said, wow, capping for clicks.
Never.
So
never.
Yeah, we're never capping for
I've
clicks.
never said anything just for the clicks. That's stupid.
Now, what we do, I look at what will get people's attention, but this is not, when I say stuff, I don't do it with the intention of trying. It's like, this is what we actually feel.
That's corny.
Yeah.
That's corny as hell.
Last comment I'm going to read.
And y'all ain't finna get this many every week either. We're going to pick one fire-ass hate mail comment. So y'all got to get in the comments and give us your best.
Give us your best. So last one, old man _A.D_. Bro mad he can't twerk to Kendrick music. He said that you're mad that you can't twerk to Kendrick.
Hey man, y'all get real. I don't know where y'all minds are at. I don't know if it's the economy. I don't know if it's the post-COVID in the air. But y'all coming with some wild ass comments.
Yeah,
He saw us and thought twerking?
Yeah, well, he saw you. Let's be specific. He said you can't twerk to Kendrick music because I like Kendrick's music. I don't twerk to it.
I do too. What the hell?
He said that you don't twerk. You mad because you can't
____.
Yeah. So do you twerk?
What the
But anyway,
for the record, I do not twerk.
Yeah, he don't.
I don't even dance.
Right.
I'm on the wall.
Right, and lean back.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm posted up.
Dance. What was wrong with y'all?
Come on, man.
But anyway, man, shout out to everybody who tuned in for the first episode. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Why I keep saying tuned in?
I don't know.
Shout out to everybody who tuned in to the first official episode of Who Gave You a Podcast. I had fun. Did you have fun?
Absolutely, man. Can't wait for the next one.
Oh yeah, man. So we're gonna be doing these. You'll be seeing our social media posts. You're going to be seeing our YouTube clips. We're going to blow this thing up. Also, merch is on the way.
Absolutely.
Okay? So you see right here on our screen, we have our logo right here. Make sure that you share that. And like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can hit the subscribe button right there. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, because you get the notification bell, you get to know anytime that we may go live or we post our videos and video clips and all that good stuff.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure you follow us on social, see what all we got going on. Make sure you leave a comment so we can read that hate mail next episode.
Yes, indeed. So anyway, this is J Red, CJ, Who Gave You a Podcast. We're signing out.
Peace.